All right. So let's talk about next steps. So welcome back to our detiring journey, and we we talked a little bit about the 1% rule, and it doesn't have to be 1%, but making small strides and making sure that detiring isn't about a cliff that you jump off, but like a bridge that you build like 1% at a time. And it's not a concept that I created, but uh, that is used for different settings and, of course, related to HR and to development. Very useful. And so let me talk to you a little bit about the myth of the big leap. Um, so, of course, that's what would be great if you could just from one day to the next say, yes, I can achieve my goals just by uh, planning, and that's it. But the how you plan it and how you go about it is really important. Um, so let's not be sold on a lie about just quitting or making great progress. Um, so just don't throw your badge on the desk and walk into the sunset yet. Um, so let's have a look at also what I've experienced in my time, also within um, HR and development, and how we can get to a good foundation there. So, if you want to detire to reclaim your life, you don't need a leap. What you need is the 1% rule. And we aren't changing your life today, we're just shifting the roller by 1 degree, let's say. And so it's about small strides, and we mentioned 4 pillars. We won't make a move on all our goals at the same time, but it makes it less strenuous if we take in small steps and uh, in all aspects, little by little. And so, as an example, we talked about nutrition. So, we can start with small detoxes, but I would like to start with some additions first. So, you don't have the feeling that you're removing things from your life, you're not making it, uh, you're not necessarily having to uh, start from minus, but from pluses. So, for example, if you add a glass of water or some water that you determine what the amount is every day, it's a big help in terms of your hydration and even how your brain works. With time, I'll be able to put down some links for you to know where this science is coming from. Um, in terms of another example, movement, um, you don't have to run a marathon yet. And if we start with walks, and I'll take you on some very often, and you can start with a few 5-minute walks, for example. And of course, that's a good start for you to, um, well, get rid of some negative feelings, for example, even during your work day. Um, and it helps with cortisol, for example, and we'll get into that with time. And in terms of connections, yeah, start talking or start thinking about what kind of connections we can uh, recreate or reconnect to. Um, and also in terms of financials. So, um, what can you, for example, start saving, like for a freedom fund in the near future, like saving $5 or whatever currency you want a day, a week, a month, uh, would be just the first step. Of course, that's not a miracle, but in terms of making or getting your goals rolling, that would definitely be an example of how to get started. So we'll start being more concrete about one roadmap. But of course, the main aspect is the perspective of starting small. So this is strategic. So, for example, in corporate development, we can call this continuous improvement. And so, if you try to just pivot 180 degrees in a day, for example, with employees and everything, uh, yeah, your plans will collapse. And with a person, it's no different. So by doing this in small strides, we kind of bypass the fear center in our brains. Um, so maybe your manager, if you have one, won't notice small changes straight away, but you start getting the feeling that you are uh, making progress. And you're not just quitting or, yeah, quitting your job, and but you're, let's call it, offboarding yourself, um, but not from life, but from a life that no longer fits in a way. Um, and in terms of a community, um, well, that could be a step for the near future. And we'll start putting together not only goals, but also a list of what you achieved. So counting your wins is part of that. In a similar way, we'll do it with the nutrition pillar, and that's how we'll move on for the next few days and weeks. All right, so um, this is again just some background again in terms of where we want to get. And I do understand that um, the plan or what I am putting out there right now is just the very start. But I'm pretty sure we'll have a more structured and visible plan in the near future. And I hope you enjoy the ride. All right. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.